Today on Living Local Carolina, I'm here at RKM Training and I'm with Brent. He is the head Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training. I got it right?
There we go.
So tell me how you came into loving, this type of training.
So it started the long ago, like as a kid, like video games and Dragon Ball Z, and as a teenager watching like Pride and UFC. And I had some friends that were training, and it kind of seemed scary to me. So I was like, all right, maybe we should just go ahead and jump in. Like if it's that fearful, let's address it. So I started training jiu-jitsu back in 2009. Okay. There's been some big gaps, injury and having, starting a family, that kind of deal. But essentially since, 2009.
Wow. Yep. And so you've been training ever since, right?
Yeah, essentially. Like I said, on and off, but that's when the journey started.
So what is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training all about?
So Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a grappling art. Okay. And what makes it a little bit different than other grappling arts like wrestling. Like wrestling, your back does not touch the floor.
Okay.
Like your oil, it's water, it doesn't mix. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is largely based on the ground off of your back. So for like a self-defense type scenario, it's really nice because oftentimes violence is random and chaotic, and guess what? You fall down, and where do you fall to? You're on your back.
Yes.
So it's a great starting point for self-defense. Okay. I'm not going to say it's the end-all be-all,
right?
Because a lot of guys try and teach you this crazy, work on your back from the parking lot kind of stuff, and it doesn't really work, but it's a great fundamental base to really start your self-defense in.
Okay, cool. So it's not gender specific or anything?
No. So actually, I think there's pros and cons to every body type, male, female, big, small, whatever. My wife is trained, my kids are training. I think it's for everybody, but it's not going to be exactly the same for everybody.
Right.
One size never fits all for anything,
Exactly. Do you recommend like any type of frequency for training in this type of art?
So obviously the more the better, especially when you're new though. Jiu-jitsu, you're working things you've never really worked, and there's going to be like, oh, this is sore, ow, this hurts, like you've never kind of dealt with, and it's superficial. You're not like in a cast, but I would say at least twice a week. The more the better, if you can handle it, but 2 times a week you can see some progress, fairly quickly.